What's up, guys? I got my Hero 7 mounted on my Icon Airflight, so if there's any issues, bear with me as I get this thing worked out. But yeah, beautiful day today, Sunday, July 5th, the day after the 4th of July. I got the DynoJet Autotune installed, and took the bike out the other day for a little bit, let it kind of do its thing, make sure it was working. Definitely feels smoother with the Autotune. But if you're interested at all in what my thoughts are on the DynoJet Autotune and running a Power Commander 5 on top of a Woolich ECU Flash, stay tuned. If you want to stay till the end of the video, you'll get a little Autotune treat. Oh yeah, I got my Draggy on here too, and I'm hoping it doesn't move. We'll see. If not, I do have Velcro. That'll be the next step. Definitely still getting used to the bike too, just as far as like the power delivery. You know, one major difference obviously between a 1000 and a 600 is the throttle response. And on the 600 you can pretty much just pin it whenever you want, in a corner, coming out of a corner. I mean, you know, there's not many times where you can't just go wide open throttle and not have control of the motorcycle. This thing, of course, you gotta be a little more conscious of that right hand. I'm not as confident going in and coming out of corners as I was on the Baby 6. I'm trying to hit different throttle positions in different RPMs so I can hit a lot of the cells in the Autotune. If you're familiar with, you know, how Power Commander works, every block is a correlation between the position of the throttle and then what RPM you're at. I do believe there's gear. I can set it up for each gear individually as well, which I do plan on doing. I just got to get the bike up on the rear stand and make sure that the gear indicator is configured properly. So I just gotta double check and make sure that it actually knows what gear I'm in. I know it is plugged into the gear indicator for the ECU, so it should. But once I confirm that, then I'll be able to set up the Autotune to do it per gear. And you can even actually set different air-fuel ratio targets per gear. Pretty cool. A lot of people talk smack on the Power Commander, you know, and I agree with the capabilities of ECU flashing and stuff like that. It is just about pointless. My feeling is that I just love to mess around, like, a lot. I like to change stuff, I like to mess with stuff, I like to look at, you know, the gauges and all the different features that are available in the Power Commander. And I don't have access to a dyno, so it's almost kind of like a little road dyno. Just doesn't tell me how much horsepower I'm making, which I don't really care. I mean, once I got the Draggy mounted to where I'm not looking down every 2 seconds to make sure it's still there, I'll be able to get some pulls and then figure out if what I'm doing is working or not. So between the Draggy and the Autotune, I pretty much got, you know, street tune capability. It's basically my own little dyno. Another benefit with the Power Commander would be if you were running anything other than naturally aspirated, you know, turbo, nitrous. You can, you know, develop some different maps that you could load in. And the Autotune doesn't have to run all the time. You can turn the Autotune off whenever you want. So once you got your map set up, you can, you know, click it off and then you're good to go. If there's drastic change in weather, then click it back on, let the bike readjust itself. If you change something, you know, different exhaust, I will be getting the SC project, so once that gets here, of course I'll have to do a new auto-tune map. I ended up finally removing all the emissions components, so there's no more canister down in here. Removed the canister and installed the block off plates, just to make sure that I was getting a good true air fuel ratio reading. And like I said, I'll show you guys all that stuff. The sensors down there, the Yoshimura had a bung in it. I don't believe the SC project has a bung, but I plan on tapping out the factory location, because the factory O2 is a 12 millimeter. It is now July 11th today, and I'm still waiting on parts that I ordered on June 23rd, which, you know, the SC project exhaust, I knew. I mean, I don't even care. When it shows up, it shows up. I knew it was going to be a while for that one. But my AIM dash, which was supposedly in stock at SuperBikeUnlimited, hasn't even gotten to SuperBikeUnlimited. So that sucks. And then SoloMotorsports, waiting for an engine cover. Ordered the same time, supposedly in stock. Finally, just got an email saying it shipped out. I mean, whatever. You know, it's like, I know how it is right now. I'm in the gun industry. I can't get shit for guns. I can't get ammunition. I have customers waiting over 6 weeks for stuff. The difference is, I told them when they ordered it, look, I'm gonna put the order in, but this could be months before we see this stuff back in stock. Where when I ordered this stuff from these places, it was supposed to ship out within a couple days. And here we are weeks later and I still don't have it. But when I spend $1,100 on something and I don't have it 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, I start to get a little annoyed. So last night, I contacted SuperBikeUnlimited and told them to cancel the order. Supposedly, Hustle Hard Racing has 2 AIM dashes in stock. That's what their website said. So I placed an order last night with them in hopes that, you know, come Monday, Tuesday, the thing will get shipped right out. In the meantime, now I gotta stay on SuperBikeUnlimited to make sure I get my refund, which, you know, you send them an email and if you get a reply in 3 days, you're lucky. They did say canceling the order was not a problem, so we'll see how long it takes to get my money back. In the meantime, I'm out $1,100, well, $2,200, because obviously I had to place the order again with another company. Oh, and then last but not least, I'm also waiting for the carbon fiber tank cover, which I ordered from Motomillion, also back on June 23rd, 24th. Haven't heard a single thing about that as well. And I've emailed them, I believe, 3 times now without a single response. So yeah, SuperBikeUnlimited, SoloMotorsports, and even the famed Motomillion not having the best experience at the moment. I'm surprised with Motomillion to not even get an email response. That's kind of crazy. You know, $350 carbon fiber tank cover and just nothing. I order it and then I get an email saying your order's placed. 3 weeks later, nothing. Still nothing. I don't know. Maybe it's just all of it at once that's gotten me so aggravated. But man, all right, enough about that shit, because I'm getting more upset even just thinking about it. Let's talk about that auto-tune that I promised you. So, Woolich ECU Flash, which I highly highly recommend to everybody on any bike. Amazing software, amazing customer support. If you want to kind of do a one and done thing, definitely flash the ECU is the way to go. If you're like me and you really like to mess with shit, Power Commander 5 just makes it very, very easy to adjust your fuel map. Now, what I would not recommend is just getting a Power Commander 5 and not flashing the ECU. I definitely do not recommend that. There's too much that can be had with the ECU flash to not do it. I need to get to the bank and home in time to open the store, so I ain't got time to screw around. Don't get just a Power Commander 5. If you're gonna do just one thing, do the flash. Even if you have to send it out, you know, if you're not real familiar with how to do that kind of stuff, then send it out and get it done. Call it a day. I mean, listen to that auto blip. Smooth as butter. Worth it in itself. Taking off the factory restrictions, totally worth it. And then if you want to start messing with your fuel on a constant basis, that's where the Power Commander and Autotune comes in. Today's not my day. Red lights, slow cars. It's gonna take me an hour to get to the bank. You hear that idle? You hear how smooth that idle is now? Back to the Autotune one more time. Keep getting off track here. So I did get in, I did make sure that the Power Commander was reading each gear properly, and it is. So I was able to do a advanced map and set everything up per gear. So first, second, third gear, pretty similar air-fuel ratio targets. Fourth, fifth gear, a little bit different targets. And then sixth gear's got its own pretty specific map, which basically just richening it up a little bit more in the higher RPMs. Just as a kind of a fail-safe for right now. And I'm not talking like super rich, I'm talking like 12.8, I think is where it's at the very top end. And then in the cruising range, it's a little leaner, like 13.4. And like I said, so far, with it making its adjustments, the bike has definitely smoothed out quite a bit. Yeah, it's cool, just park in the middle of the road. Yeah, smoothed out a lot, and idle, obviously, listen to that. I mean, every now and then, it'll be a little loopy, but typically once it's warmed up, then that's it, you're good. Idle's perfect. See? Right at 1,000, well, 1,100. No jumping LEDs. I think that'll about do it. I'm just gonna show you real quick. I can't remember if I did or not, but here's the setup as it sits currently. Woolich harness plug that gets tucked in over here. Auto-tune box, velcroed to the back of the Power Commander 5. Everything is in there nice and super snug without anything else. So when I need to plug in the laptop, lift up, ports there, boom, switch back. I'm going to put on and off on here, or 1 and 2. But basically back, Auto-tune is running. Forward, Auto-tune gets turned off. So super easy install, the whole kit. I mean, DynoJet, they make it super easy for you. And then adding the Auto-tune later, easy as plugging it in, running your O2 sensor cable, which worked out pretty good in this location because the wire goes right up here. You can almost actually see the plug right in there. So it sits right here. And then when I need to disconnect it, I left myself a little slack under the seat, so you can pull it down, pull it right over here, disconnect it. Super easy. Yeah, when the SC project gets here, I kind of wanted to move the air fuel sensor to the factory location, just so that way I don't have to put any holes in the SC project exhaust. Super surprised they don't just give you one in there, but you know, I don't know. I don't know anyone that can weld titanium around here. So if you're in Connecticut and you do know someone who can weld titanium, let me know, because then I'll just get a bung put in there, take that factory sensor out, plug it, and then call it a day. Because I kind of do like the location. Actually, I would have it probably be down maybe just a hair more, but this location with this length of cord is perfect. So my GoPro died, so I didn't get to say my final thoughts. But anyway, when the SC Project exhaust gets here, we'll be able to see if it does flow any different than the Ocean Mirror, because obviously depending on what the Autotune wants to do to the fuel at that point, you know, if it starts taking fuel away or adding fuel, then we'll know if the exhaust flows any better or any worse, or maybe it'll be exactly the same. Who knows? But it'll definitely look better. So until the next video, you guys stay safe. Take it easy.